Look at it. Look at my little bun. Look at it. Look at it. Ah, it's so cute. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a review and swatches of the highly talked about Urban Decay Ultimate Basics palette. Look at that beautiful, beautiful packaging. It's so pretty. It's so sleek. I love that it's in a little square like this. I don't know, for some reason I just really like the fact that the packaging is square and not a long rectangle. I don't know why. It just looks nicer for some reason to me. Stay tuned to the end of the video for an awesome surprise at the end. So here in the palette you have a very nice large mirror. I'm going to try not to blind you. And then you get 12 shades in here. I feel like these are slightly smaller than the original Naked palettes. Just by the smallest bit. This retails for $54. I feel like every time they release a new Naked palette, the price of all of their Naked palettes goes up by like $1. So like, I remember when the Urban Decay original palette was $49, and then the second one came out and all the palettes went up to $50, and then the third one came out and they became $52, and now they're $54. Why do you keep raising your prices, Urban Decay? Stop it. Stop it. I'm a poor broke person. Stop. I admit I was intrigued. When I first saw the announcement video, I was just sucked in by the beautiful gold packaging. And then I saw reviews and I saw the colors. I'm like, well, you know, I don't really use a lot of mattes. I'm not somebody who uses a lot of matte products. I do like a nice matte natural color like here for in my for my crease. Sorry about that. I got a little froggy in my throat. So I think I'm getting sick again. I was sick a few weekends ago, and because I work in an elementary school, I pick up every germ, and I think I'm getting sick again. And I know the kid that got me sick because he was out sick for 3 days. Pal, thanks for getting me sick. You can hear I have a little frog in my throat right now. I like a nice matte cream shade for my brow bone, and I like having a nice matte black if I want to use shadow as an eyeliner. But other than that, I don't really use a lot of matte shadows. They're just never been something I like to use. I've always found them very hard to work with. I've always been somebody who really likes to use more shimmery and metallic shades, never really reaching for mattes. So I was kind of surprised at myself when I bought this, and I just really wanted to buy it to try it out. You get 12 mattes. Now they're sneaking in. Urban Decay is sneaking in a not so matte shade. This top cream color here is much more of a satin. It's just not quite entirely matte. I feel like there's just this tiny amount of iridescence to it, and you'll see that in the swatches. But even just looking at it in the pan, I don't know if you can tell, but it's definitely not 100% matte like the other 11 shades. It's got just a little hint of something that's keeping it from being an entirely matte shadow. But I don't hate it. I'm not mad about that, because honestly, if I had gotten an entirely matte palette, I can't say I'd reach for it. And I've actually been reaching for this a ton. And I used it in my look today. I'll get a little bit closer. So I took Tempted all over my lid. And then I went in, well, first I went in with Nude here all over my lid, just because I needed something to help me blend all these shadows together. And then I went in with Tempted all over my lid, and I felt like that was a little too dark. And it was a little too matte, and a little too flat for me, honestly. So I went in with a shimmery shade, and I just kind of took my finger in and I kind of just plucked it across my lid and helped lighten it up and give it a little bit of definition. And then I took this dark brown called Lockout here, and I put just a hint of that on my outer corner just to give a little depth to the look. And then I took Instinct here on my lower lash line with the brush that it came with. This does come with a brush. You get a nice smudger. This is very dirty. You get a nice flat, small smudge brush, very dense. You don't get a lot of movement with it, which makes it great for smudging onto the lower lash line. And then you get this dense, flat crease brush. And this does not do much for blending, but it does do nicely packing outer color. It does do a nice job packing color in your outer corner, but if you want to blend with this, it's not going to happen. It just does not have enough bristles to it. It's not dense enough. And it definitely needs a little bit more fluff and give in order to get a good blend with it. So does good for applying color. I just wouldn't recommend it for trying to blend. The first few times that I used this palette, I noticed that I had a hard time blending them. I felt like I had to work extra hard to blend them. I'm used to, like, again, I'm used to shimmery shades where I do not have to work too hard to blend them. But even these lighter shades up here, I had to take my Sigma, oh, I don't even know, it's the really big fluffy blending brush, and I really had to spend a few minutes blending them properly to get a nice diffused look. Other than that, it just looked harsh and it looked terrible. I really had to work at it. But I noticed, like I said, if I put down like this color nude here onto my lid after applying my primer, all of the shades blended a lot nicer. You do need something for the shadows to blend into. You can't just apply them to your lid with a primer and expect them to work the way you want them to. You have to work for it just a little bit. So I'm going to cut here to the swatches for you guys and let you guys see how these swatch out. I will say with this palette you do get the creamy buttery texture you're so used to with Urban Decay shadows. I feel like they didn't slack in that department at all, and most of the shades show up very well pigmentation wise, with the exception of the shadow pregame, which you can see here. It's very sheer. There's not much pigment to it at all. It's very hard to use and build up. That's a couple times of me pressing my finger into it really hard. And then when you apply it, it just almost shears out to nothing. But this is a very good blending color, or a base color if you just want to put it down in order to blend your shadows in very nicely. The other one that doesn't show up quite as well is Blow, which is this, like I said, not quite matte highlight shade. It's got a little bit of sheen to it, just the slightest bit. But it shows up real nicely here, but when you apply it to your brow bone, it kind of blends away into nothing, but it still gives you that nice highlighted look. Other than that, I don't believe any of these shades lack in the pigmentation department. They're very smooth and creamy. They don't feel densely packed in there. I don't really have to work to get these colors onto my brush and to apply to my lid. That's not an issue at all. The only issue for me is the blending aspect. I do not think that you absolutely need this palette. I think if you have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, like if you're a collector like I am, you'll probably have a lot of these shades already in your palettes. I don't think, now you might not have them all in one convenient place like in this, but you probably have them scattered throughout. If you have any of the Lorac Pro palettes, you probably have quite a few of these. If you have the Urban Decay Basics 1 and 2, like the little ones with the all mattes, you have quite a few. I don't have both of those to show you. I do have the Basics 1, and it does have quite a few similar shades, more on the upper row. Like I have quite a few close to, the brush fell. I have quite a few close to Commando and Tempted, and then I have something in between this gray shade, which is Magnet, and then Blackout. I have something close, so if you have both of those, you definitely don't need to buy this. If you like to collect palettes, if you are somebody who loves makeup and likes to pick up the newest things, then yeah, go ahead and buy this. For me, I don't have a lot of matte shades because, like I said, I don't tend to gravitate toward them. This was an okay purchase as long as I do make sure to use them, and I do find myself reaching for them quite a bit. This is something I would call a supplementary palette. Like if I'm using an eyeshadow quad that doesn't have a matte shade, if I'm using singles, I can use this to supplement my look, like I said, with a blending color, a brow bone color, excuse me, or like I said, a nice black matte shadow. I can pull this in to supplement with my other palettes. You can get a very nice look just with this palette alone. Like I said, I did do a smoky look using just this palette. I worked with Tempted and Lethal and got a very nice smoky look. I don't think you could get a very nice natural everyday look using just this palette because these shades here kind of blend together and look kind of the same. The one thing I will say with this palette, I am never going to use this warm shade down here. It is not my color palette. It does not work with my skin tone. It's too warm and too red for me. It would just not look good on me personally. Now, a few of you might get this palette and use that shadow to death and completely use it up. Rude motorcycle. I apologize. I'm looking to move next year when my lease is up in May and trying to get away from this busy street. I'm sorry. So anyway, I just would not use this. That's just my thoughts on this palette. Definitely not a must-have. If you're looking for somebody who's just starting out with makeup and starting their collection, if you're looking for a good gift for a makeup lover, with the holidays coming up, you know, it's very common for people to be out looking for makeup gifts. This would be a good palette to give. It's a very nice concept, and I'm glad Urban Decay put these all into one palette for us. It's very nice. It's nice. It's not 100% blowing me away, but it's really nice. And now for a surprise. Because I love you guys so much, not only did I pick one up for myself, but I also picked one up for you guys. So, to win this palette, please comment below telling me your favorite thing about fall or October. October is my favorite month. October is the month of my birthday. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays just after Christmas. I love the cool air. It's starting to get cold out, and bundling up in my hoodies and my scarves and my boots and drinking hot chocolate and watching movies on TV like Halloween Town and Hocus Pocus and getting ready for Christmas. It's just my favorite season ever. So in the comments below, tell me your favorite thing about fall. This giveaway is going to go on for a month, so it's going to end on November 12th at midnight, and I will pick a winner and email them and let them know that they've won. This is going to be open internationally, so anybody can enter. You have to be 18 or have your parents' permission, so you can give me your address so I can send them out. You may enter as many times as you want to. You have to be subscribed, obviously. I'm not going to pick anybody who's not subscribed to my channel. And that's all you really have to do to win. So yeah, if you want to win, I will leave all the rules below. Just comment below, tell me your favorite thing about fall. And yeah, thumbs up this video if you like surprise giveaways, and if you like Urban Decay Cosmetics, because I do. They're one of my favorite brands. Be sure you subscribe so you don't miss another video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye guys!